morning, kitty. Mwah. It always feels like somebody's watching me. Oh, that's weird. I don't always wake up with a song in my head. I need some coffee. It always feels like somebody's watching me, and I have no privacy. I can't get this song out of my head. I gotta check the news. I feel like this is one of my radars going off and alerting me to something important. Whatever could it be? Whatever could it be? Let's check the news. Let's see in the news, a lot of the same old, same old. Another cop in America ran over a bunch of people. Wait a second. What is this? Germany expected to put right-wing AfD under surveillance for violating Constitution? Ha! It's about time. Whew. Now that's a headline I like to wake up and see. So it seems Germany's Bundesamt für Verfassungsschutz, the federal office for the protection of the Constitution, this agency has the power, and not only to do surveillance on fringe groups and domestic terrorists, but they also keep an eye on political institutions like parties, like political parties. And it seems that this government agency just wrapped up a 2-year investigation to this political party here in Germany that, quite frankly, I don't think very highly of. If you don't know what I'm talking about, feel free to watch one of my videos where a right-wing political party called the cops on me. They didn't like my shirt. All my shirt says, it says nothing about the AfD directly. It just says that all racists are a-holes everywhere. And they took that personally. This is a political party here that has irked me since the first day that I heard about them. They are anti-foreigner and they slander Muslims, for example, constantly. I really can't stand them, and I let them know at any given chance. This news article here says the AfD, which is this country's largest right-wing party, it's expected to announce soon it will place the entire party under surveillance for posing a threat to Germany's political system and violating the Constitution. This unprecedented move would mean that all AfD lawmakers, including several dozen in Germany's parliament, will be put under state surveillance. It always feels like somebody's watching AfD, 'cause they act like Nazis. Oh. So I wasn't sure who this Verfassungsschutz agency was, and like what I would compare it to, for example, in America, the country I'm from. It says here the driving force behind the creation of this Verfassungsschutz agency and its surveillance powers was the American-led Allied forces, who after World War II helped to write the German Constitution with an eye towards preventing the return of Nazi ideology. That's why the first article of the Constitution guarantees the right to human dignity. And at this moment, I'd like to recommend you to go watch my video called Human Dignity. I'm a big fan of this in the German basic laws and the effects it has on society. And what's interesting is that article that I love so much and hold dear is an article that the agency determined a far-right branch of the AfD has violated. It placed that group, known as Der Flügel, the wing, under surveillance nearly a year ago. It says here the agency has identified instances of AfD politicians denigrating Muslim migrants to Germany. They do that constantly and openly. Yeah, and they mention here, AfD talk. It's typical. They dehumanize, I would go as far as to say not just Muslims, but immigrants in general. I mean, pretty much if you're not German, They like compare you to animals. It says here, some AFD politicians have also trivialized Germany's Nazi past. Heard that as well. And I thought it was against the law. Like here they mention this guy, he's calling him the leader of this Flügel wing, and they're calling him Bjorn Höcke. But you and I both know that that guy's name is Bernd. It's Bernd das Brot Höcke, and everybody knows it. How this news agency got that wrong is beyond me. But anyway, details, details. Anyway, this monkey man, this guy went and called a Holocaust memorial in Berlin a monument of shame. And then one of his buddies, another AFD guy, this Alexander Gauland, I think is how you say his name, he like blew off Germany's Nazi era as like a speck of bird shit, I think his words were. In more than 1,000 years of successful German history. Nothing to see here. I think it's pretty clear these are pretty horrible people. Yeah, so like they're giving these examples. These are well known too. I find it kind of funny that it took them 2 years to figure this out. Because when the AFD first started opening their mouth, I can just tell you, as a foreigner living in Germany with a lot of foreigner friends, including Muslims and asylum seekers, the first time I heard them open their mouth, I thought, wow, some Germans didn't learn anything from World War II and what happened to them as a result of their hate speech and actions. I found them offensive from day one, but okay, this agency investigated them for 2 years. That does sound very German. I can respect that. Gather every nook and cranny, every little detail that you can, I guess. So it says the AFD is, of course, going to try to fight this. But they're not really good at fighting things, are they? Aren't they, like, pretty much losers? Don't they, like, lose at almost anything they attempt? Let me know in the comments. What's really funny now is this political party that has been very openly anti-immigrant is now like, I guess, pooping their pants a little and trying to like switch up their opinions on immigrants. Like they're trying to pull a U-turn here. What a weak ass attempt, because I don't think the people here in Germany that their memory is so short. I mean, I think a lot of us remember, what was that chick's name? It sounds like the noise I make when I drink too much Jägermeister and I vomit it. It was like, Frauke! Anyway, it was this AFD person. She called for shooting migrants. Shooting them on the border. Yeah, including kids. That would include kids. And these people, like, totally throw around Nazi-era dog whistles, use terms that the Nazis did in their propaganda, like about the folkish. So I think it's kind of funny now that they're about to be put under surveillance, and oh, I love everybody keep calling them the right-wing party. That's a good start. I'll be happier if you start calling them Nazis. My mom always said if it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck, it's probably a duck. Same thing goes for Nazis. If you don't want to be called a Nazi, don't act like a Nazi. It still pisses me off that these people have any seats whatsoever in Parliament. That is bad, Germany. Bad. Let's make one thing clear here. These people may, in the press, to save face, claim or attempt to like change their views and not be the immigrant hating racists that they are. But I remember they had a dude, Christian Lute, I think was his name. And I think this guy was like an AFD spokesman. And I just want to put this out there. If they try to pull this, if they start now trying to claim they are not what they've been this whole time, racist and anti-immigrant, just remember that they had a federal spokesperson, AFD federal spokesperson, Christian Luth, who had to resign after he was recorded openly just calling himself a fascist. It's good that you know what you are. And he mentioned that anytime the AFD showed any interest in migrants, it was purely for electoral gain. Duh. They're not even believable or good salespeople, so the people falling for their shit must be really dumb. But that wasn't the end of it. That guy then said afterwards, we can always shoot them or gas them. Yeah, yeah. But I shouldn't call them Nazis? Whoa, that guy is a real lucky that he doesn't live near me, because I'd have a few choice words for that guy. I really, really would. This is just really interesting to me, you know? I think right wing terrorism is a big problem in this world, including in the country that I come from. So I'm just saying, for me, this is a sweet way to wake up and start the morning. Seeing my old buddies at the AFD. Yeah, so I'm enjoying this news. Let's not forget, it's important to mention that this is a democracy here, and the AFD is going to try to fight this, and of course this has to go through all of the proper paths and such, but just saying, Germany, you made me a little bit proud of you again this morning. As an immigrant living in Germany who felt personally insulted by them and their hate speech and their detest for providing human dignity to all people, as your basic law ensures. Keep a damn good eye on them. And honestly, me personally, I was a little worried about the next chancellor election and who would that be, and who's going to be the next chancellor, who's going to take Merkel's place. And I'm a little naive on the options. I've been doing some reading. I found an article that brought up like 5 different names of people that could possibly end up in the chancellor position next year in Germany. But I don't really know much about all men, these gentlemen that they pointed out. I got to do a little bit more research on it, but just plainly speaking, as an immigrant living in this country, I found it horrifying knowing that this hate party that trashes immigrants, migrants, Muslims, asylum seekers, I found it horrifying, the idea that these people are sitting and holding legitimate political offices here. They're sitting in the parliament. And knowing that there's a new chancellor coming, I'm just telling you, as a foreigner, I find it frightening. And the first thing my brain does is, oh God, what if one of them gets in charge? I could be wrong on all of this, but I'm just saying, me personally, as an immigrant, I like when the news clearly labels the AFD as a right-wing party, openly speaks about the hate that they preach, and I do like that a government intelligence service is going to watch them very closely, because I do think they are a danger. I think right-wing domestic terrorism is incredibly underestimated, and a much bigger problem than, for example, the news wants to bring our attention to. That's just my feeling on it. So again, I repeat, that's why I'm loving this headline. Anyway, I gotta drink a little bit more coffee, go start my day. But I'll be coming at you soon, very soon, with another video. And until then, you make sure that you take care of yourself. And it always feels like somebody's watching AFD, 'cause they act like Nazis. Oh.